Hi guys, it's Jen here from Simple Local Life, and I just thought I would come on live for a few minutes and show you what I got today at my shop at Sam's No Frills. I made up my meal plan for next week, sat down with the flyer, had a good look, kind of looked at what was on sale, looked to see what kind of things I could use the ingredients more than once for, and then kind of got busy, looked at the calendar to see what next week is like. It's another crazy one. So I'm feeling really good now. I'm home and I've got some stuff, so I know we've got some meals taken care of for next week. So I just thought I would come on and show you guys these quick. The blog post will be up tomorrow morning. I try to have it up by 8 o'clock if you're going shopping tomorrow, so you're all prepared. And I'm just curious, what day of the week do you guys grocery shop? Like, I know a lot of people shop on Thursdays because for some people around here traditionally that's a payday, so a lot of people shop on that day. But I heard a lot of people shop on Fridays. For people that work, sometimes the weekends are the only times they can really get to shop. So I would love to know, if you're on, if you could let me know what day of the week do you grocery shop. That would be great. And then it might help me too when I'm thinking about these posts and meal planning posts, what days work better for others. I know when I switched from Mondays to these Fridays, I heard a lot of people say that really worked better for them. So if you could let me know, that would be great. And then I'll know if if we should just keep going on with Fridays. Anyway, so I just got back. It is actually such a beautiful day outside. If you have any time at all to get outside this afternoon, I really, really would encourage you to do that. I'm going to try, well, I'm going to be sitting on a soccer field here in a little over an hour, but if I can get somewhere, get a quick walk in before that, that would be amazing. It's just it's a perfect fall day. And you know what's coming? Winter. It's long. It's cold. So anyway, these days will be a distant memory in about 4 to 6 weeks. So anyway, I would really encourage you to get outside if you can. So today I had a look at the flyer, got my flyers yesterday, looking at Sam's No Frills, of course, in Bridgewater, but I know the flyer, I'm pretty sure, is the same flyer across all of Atlantic Canada. So if you're watching this from another city or town or province, the same flyer kind of applies. So I'll show you and tell you what I picked up this week by looking at the flyer. Sorry. So the first thing I noticed, of course, right up at the top, usually, again, like I said, that's usually one of their best sale items. And this week it was lean ground beef, and it's on for $2.97 a pound, which is really good. So I got a package of that lean ground beef. It looks about 2 pounds. And that was $7. So yeah, it would be a little over 2 pounds actually. Math is not my strong suit, but I can figure that out. So this is a little over 2 pounds. So this is actually going to make, I'm going to make a big pot of vegetable beef and rice soup with this. That recipe is on my blog. It'll be in the post tomorrow, a link to it. But this makes a big pot of soup. So this will do us for 2 nights at least, and I'll probably have some to put in the freezer. And I think the recipe only calls for a pound and a half of ground beef. Maybe only a pound. But I'll have some ground beef left then that I can use for another recipe, or I'll probably just fry it up really quick and throw it in next time we have pasta or something like that. So I got the ground beef. That's a really good deal. The other thing that was right on the front here is there 20 pounds of potatoes. These are Farmers Market white potatoes, 20-pound bag for $3.97. I have it sitting over there on my table. I've already carried it twice to my car, and then in the house. It's 20 pounds. It's like carrying a big, like, 2 or 3-year-old toddler around. Do you remember that? They'd just like drop in your arms. That's what it's like. 20 pounds is a lot, but for our family, that will last us for a couple weeks. So for $3.97, it was worth it to grab that. So if you have space that you can keep that, that's a super, super deal on potatoes. So then what I was thinking, when I do something like that and I get something that's a bigger quantity, hi Deanne, thank you. It is great deals this week. So then when you get something that's a bigger quantity, what I like to do then is think, how can I use that in more than one meal? So the other thing I'm making this week, and it was also on the front of the flyer, is their Highliner Wild Pacific Salmon Fillets. Here they are. So one of these packages, this one was $3.27. So I got 2 because we're generally a family of 5. So I got 2 of these. So one night I'm just going to bake these salmon in the oven, and I'm going to make baked potatoes with it and cut up and have some carrots. So we're going to have some carrots, potatoes, and salmon one night. So the potatoes are being used for that night. And then another night I'm making chicken with wine stew with mashed potatoes. So I'll be using the potatoes again. They also had chicken thighs on sale, I think for $2.57, sorry, a pound. I have a really good recipe for these, and I'll link to that too. It's a Canadian living recipe. So I got that for that. It's chicken with wine stew. You don't have to use wine. You can just use more chicken broth. And I got a little bit of bacon. This bacon was on sale for $2.99. I'll be honest, usually I'm a little particular when it comes to bacon, but this bacon is just going in the slow cooker. It's just something I'm using to put in it. So this is fine, this one that was on sale, and it actually looks good. So I'm going to use that for the chicken and wine stew, and then more of the potatoes for mashed potatoes, and we're going to have some peas. So I got some frozen peas. These were on for $2. I'll use this with that meal, and these also go in the soup that I'm making. And I mentioned the carrots earlier. So the carrots I'm going to peel and cut and cook up a pot of carrots when I make the salmon. But then I'm also going, these also go in the soup. And then these also go in my next meal, which is going to be a slow cooker pork chop dinner. So the pork chops was, pork chops, let me see what it is, sorry. It was on sale as well. Boneless center cut pork chops. Those were on for $3.97 a pound. Right there. So I got those, and those I'll make with that slow cooker meal. I make that a lot. You see it linked a lot if you've been following me for a while. So I just put in some potatoes, the carrots, and onions. Carrots and onions were on sale this week for $1.47. So that's a really good deal. $1.47 for 2 pounds. 3 pounds, sorry, that's 3 pounds. And the onions, same thing. So I'm using those in 2 to 3 recipes in the slow cooker pork chop dinner, in the soup. The onions will be used with the chicken and wine stew. That also takes mushrooms, and the mushrooms, the PC white mushrooms, were on this week for $1.77, which is a really good deal. I love mushrooms. No one else here really does, but I love them so much that I don't care, and I use them anyway, and everyone else can just push them aside. Anyway, it really makes that stew. It makes this nice gravy with mushrooms that you can put over your mashed potatoes. It's like a nice Sunday dinner. That's probably when I'm going to make that one. So mushrooms were on for $1.77. The cream of mushroom soup was on. It said 77 cents in the flyer, but I added everything up, and I think it's 47 cents. So the cream of mushroom soup goes with my pork chop slow cooker dinner. Super easy to make. And I think that's it. Yeah. It seems so quick and easy when I read through it, but it does take some time to plan it all. Sam, are you happy with all that? I just had a great shop there. It was great. Lots of good deals again this week. Also got celery. I think the celery was on for $1.77. Everything will be detailed tomorrow, but that's a good price for celery. That I use in the soup. Always good to have celery on hand this time of year if you make soups at all, because it seems like most soups recipes calls for at least a little bit of celery. So that was the other thing I got, some garlic, 87 cents, the rooster garlic, and a red pepper. That goes in my soup too. So that was it. I added this all up. It'll all be in a list tomorrow, but total for all of this that I spent, which pretty much covers everything I need for next week. I planned out 4 meals, but that will do us 5 nights. Only cost me, you ready? $45. I know. It's great. I'm super excited. Sam's Snow Frills has some terrific prices every week. And if you just take a minute and have a look at the flyer and see where you can kind of combine your ingredients that you're buying into more than one meal, that's really the best way to make the most out of your grocery dollar that you're spending. And also it tends to lead to less food waste. I know a lot of times, you know, you're kind of coming home and seeing what you're throwing out of the fridge before you stick more food and money in the fridge. But if you kind of plan your meals around what you can get, so when I'm buying carrots, I'm using those in 2 or 3 meals. The potatoes, 2 or 3 meals. Same thing with the onions. So if you do that, then you're kind of using your ingredients up, and it just tends to, that's really another great way to help you save money when you're planning your meals and grocery shopping. But if you don't have time for that, who has time for that? You're saying, I hear ya. I barely had time today for it, but I did it because I know how good it makes me feel. This is my fancy list right here. This goes on my fridge, so I know what I'm making, and I know I have all the ingredients for it. It just, the peace of mind is so worth it. And if you really don't have time, no worries, because the blog post will be up tomorrow. I'll have the grocery list right there for you, links to all the recipes. You're all set. Go get $45 out of your account or be ready to spend it, and then you're all set. So next week's meals are ready. So salmon, baked potatoes, carrots, vegetable beef and rice soup that will do us 2 nights. So delicious. It smells so good when it's cooking. Slow cooker pork chop dinner, chicken with wine stew, mashed potatoes, and peas. 5 meals planned, $45. Pretty good. I'm excited. I think I know I saved money this morning. Anyway, hi Sherry, nice to see you. Thanks, Deanne. I thought I did a pretty good job. Anyway, what day do you guys shop? Do you guys shop on Thursday, Friday, Saturday? I'd love to know. Anyway, that's it. The post will be up tomorrow morning. Like I said, everything there will be detailed for you, so you can go out and get your meals, get your meal plan shop already, and just run into Sam's No Frills in Bridgewater. And believe me, the peace of mind over next week. If you're anything like me, fall is just a crazy season in our house, like a lot of families. With Mom, it's every day. Okay. I don't know if that's the best way to save money, but okay. And Deanne shops on Fridays. Okay, that's good. I think a lot of people kind of are Friday shoppers. But anyway, so yeah, fall's such a busy time for us. My daughter's in soccer and volleyball. My son still plays competitive hockey. I'm really busy these days with everything with the blog. My husband is always working to death. No, it's not? Okay, great. You guys know what you're doing, Sherry. I'll have to follow you guys around someday. But anyways, I find fall to Christmas is just, I feel like a real time crunch, and definitely things start to fall apart if I don't have meals planned. So that little 15 to 20 minutes it takes me to sit down with the flyer and with my kind of calendar and see what's coming up just makes it so worthwhile. Once you start meal planning, you can't do without it because you just wonder how you ever survived. Anyway, if you don't have time, check Simple Local Life tomorrow morning. The blog post will be up. Thanks to Sam's No Frills for sponsoring this post again. And I hope everyone has a beautiful day. You should stop watching this now and go outside. Anyway, thanks guys. That's my shop for this week, and check back on the blog tomorrow. Hope everyone's having a great day. See ya.